My testimony is made just so that we glorify God. It is for the glory of God. My story is rather long. It has been now 32 years that everything changed in my life. But let me start from the beginning. I was a person who never went to church. I come from the Greek Orthodox Church, but I never followed my faith, never followed the church's tradition, nothing at all. My family used to grow in the same way. They didn't know anything about God. And I was just floating around having good time, you know. There are many Christians in the same category as I was 32 years ago. I traveled a lot in my life because of the job my husband had, and made a lot of countries in Africa, developing countries. And finally, we went to Bangladesh in Asia. That was the first Asian country we visited. And we stayed there for 3 years. But during these 3 years, something happened. There where I didn't expect it and where I had, let's say, the highest time of my life, success. I used to paint a lot and I used to exhibit my paintings. I was in the newspaper because of that, but I was also in the newspaper of Bangladesh when I won the double ladies tennis team, the cup of the double ladies. I was very good in tennis and became champion of the double ladies national team in Bangladesh. At that time, I had a lot of organized dinners, cocktail parties. That's how it was the expatriate life in these countries. So it wasn't that I was searching for God, but God had a plan. And that is really amazing and can never really explain totally the reasons why God had let me go so far away, and then suddenly He manifested Himself to me. It was in 1985, as I was preparing a grocery list for a big dinner that evening. Expected a lot of people. As I was having that paper and pencil in my hand, suddenly, out of the blues, I would say, out of nowhere, I had the manifestation of my guardian angel. Now, you'll say, how do you know, and how do you know it was my guardian angel and all that, and how do you see him and all that? These are the proper words in theology. Are called locutions. That means I hear the voice very clearly, very distinctly, and the visions are interior visions. It's there, you're sure, it's absolutely sure. So I had the manifestation of my angel, who just suddenly appeared, and he spoke. But the moment he spoke, he touched my wrist where I was holding my pencil to indicate to me when he touched my wrist, I felt like a small electrical feeling, you know, some electrical feeling like this. And he posed my hand on the paper, and I understood immediately that he wanted me to write down what he was saying. His first words, he introduced himself, was, "I am your guardian angel and my name is Daniel." And then the second sentence he wrote, which was very important, he pushed my hand to write. And actually my handwriting changes when he pushed my hand to write. Now let me go straight into this writing. It's not automatic writing, because automatic writing, people fall into a trance and they scribble, you know, whatever comes, you know. This has been studied eventually after many years by several graphologists, and all of them came to the same conclusion, whether they were priests, exorcists, or lay people specialized in graphology. They said this is called sacred writings and not automatic writing. So, well, that was the explanation of that, of this different, and I'm going to show you later on some writings and the notebook that I write. Now, my angels, when he said the second thing was, God is near you and loves you. To me, a person who never went to church, didn't know anything about God, didn't know that God can manifest himself even in our times, because God is free to do what he wants. I never heard of many apparitions, except when I was very young, about Fatima. The adults were talking, my mother with her cousins, and they were talking about the apparitions of Fatima. But it went in one ear and out the other, but that was it. And I never knew that this can be possible, because I never learned it could be possible.